The Foundation and its work are testament to the EU's beliefs that Europe is its people, who experience Europe through the lives they live, their employment, their living standards and their quality of life. The Foundation's function is to provide information, advice and expertise on living and working conditions, industrial relations and managing change in Europe to the key players in EU social policy. Its currency, information, research and analysis. Its areas of focus, employment and working conditions, work-life balance, industrial relations and partnership, and social cohesion. Its audience, employers, trade unions, EU policymakers, EU institutions, governments, and the EU citizen.
Eurofounds' vision for the future is to have a very important role in European decision-making overall, and in particular we do want to be part of the labour markets development, workplace developments and the quality of life developments of the European citizen. And through our high-quality information we believe that the future decisions in Europe can be made in a better informed, in a better scientific kind of way, taking account the real situation in Europe and the ambitions of the European citizen.
We contribute to a better work-life balance. We contribute to real commitments and bargaining possibilities at the company level, but also on the sectoral level, sometimes on the national level, and generally speaking, we try to influence several directives coming from the European Commission, so we contribute in a proactive way.
I think we all are committed to the idea that we are not a research organisation. We're an organisation which is there to provide information that can be useful to policy-making audiences, that involves ensuring that we communicate the results of the work that we do, and we all take a serious commitment to producing reports, but also to getting out of the office and presenting those reports wherever we can in relation to the stakeholder audiences that we have, particularly, in our case, government, non-governmental organisations, and always trying to ensure that the work that we do is as relevant as possible to the interests of the social partners.
If you really do want to improve living and working conditions in Europe, you want to have a dynamic, wealth-creating society and economy. And an important part of improving living and working conditions in Europe is the economic aspect of improving growth and productivity.
Eurofounds' core business is both research and communicating the results of that research. It carries out research and development projects to provide data and analysis for informing and supporting the formulation of EU policy on working and living conditions. Eurofound has a network of observatories consisting of expert groups throughout Europe who conduct research on its behalf. Eurofound surveys include the European Working Conditions Survey, the European Quality of Life Survey, and the European Company Survey. These are rolling surveys carried out on a regular basis across all 27 member states and the candidate countries.
Eurofound conducted surveys because Eurofound was created to assess the improvement of living and working conditions, and there is no other systematic European tool that contributes to this assessment. So Eurofound decided years ago that it would create surveys as well as observatories so that it could monitor progress and changes.
Everyone within Eurofound communicates. It is part of all our jobs to communicate the work of Eurofound to our target groups. Different people have different roles and responsibilities in that regard. Our job in terms of communicating is to try and translate, if you like, the information that is made available by the research teams into a relevant format that is easily accessible to the people that we are trying to reach. Who are those people? Well, there are key target groups, there are social partners at national and EU level, there are governments, there are information intermediaries, think tanks, research organisations, but there's a wide spectrum of people that we target as being the primary information users for Eurofound.